Happy January 7th, JLD here, and welcome to MicroStrategy. Today, this show will be talking about another Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy purchase of Bitcoin, an epic tweet from Ben Workman about the 2024 year in review for MicroStrategy and the 2025 year ahead. Is Canada going to beat the United States to a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Maybe. I also share a video that I go through the details of how specifically I dollar cost average $210 every single trading day into MicroStrategy and so much more. But first, I want to start with this poll right here because a lot of people in the comments were saying, hey, I love how long the show is. The show's too long, it's too short, it's everything in the middle. So I just said, hey, let's have a poll. Let's have the majority of people help me decide what's best for MicroStrategy today. So as you can see, we have over 1,476 votes. By far, most people, 47%, voted for as long as it needs to be. The second place right now is 10 minutes or less. I'm only going to have this poll open for one more day. So the link will be right in the show notes at the top. I would love your input. It will definitely impact MicroStrategy's future, MicroStrategy today's future, this show's future, as far as how long this show is on a day-to-day basis based on your input. So thank you for that. I did want to jump into this tab, obviously the MSTR tracker. Let's do a little refresh because we love confetti when it comes to the MSTR tracker because that means that Michael Saylor has purchased more Bitcoin. And yes, he has. And a quick side note, later today, I'm actually going to release like an 80-minute interview that I did with the creator of the MSTR dash tracker. It's an epic interview that I did with Radu, the creator of this site right here, mstr-tracker.com. We go through every single card, every single chart, every single number in detail, in exhaustive detail. So I will say, grab some popcorn and sit down because, man, I learned a lot and I hope you will as well. But right now, MicroStrategy's been on a little bit of a surge. We're up 11.6% again to $379. We are at 101 of 500 for the S&P 500 ranking. Right now, Bitcoin's on a little bit of a dip from yesterday down to 101. So that'll probably reflect in where MicroStrategy opens, of course. Bitcoin's balance is at 447,740 after that purchase of Bitcoin. And you can see that we're already starting some Bitcoin yield for the year to date at 0.13% over here on the right-hand side. The NAV premium against diluted share is at 2.36. And that's one thing I learned about when talking with Radu. I learned a lot of things, but one of the main things was we want to be focused on the Bitcoin per diluted share, the value per diluted share, and the premium against diluted shares. And we tell you why in this interview. It's really interesting stuff. So all in all, another great day for MicroStrategy. Let's keep moving into some news. And we have MicroStrategy strikes again a 100 million Bitcoin purchase, signals strong market confidence. Yes, Michael Saylor is very confident, and it's a very strong market. 2025, my friends, I am looking forward to with the utmost glee. The filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission shared that it purchased MicroStrategy 1,070 Bitcoin tokens at an average price of approximately 94,000 on December 30th and 31st. So for the first time in a long time, Michael Saylor did not buy the top, and he got some at 94,000. So now the average Bitcoin is at 62,503 that MicroStrategy owns. And guess what? Michael Saylor is just getting started. In fact, I love how he shared this tweet right here, which is, this all started with a single green dot. And look way back here in 2020, one single green dot. And look what has happened since. And look what has happened recently. It's becoming a green blob over here. And we both know what that means, which is Bitcoin is being purchased at a great level. And Michael Saylor did his epic tweet per usual that MicroStrategy acquired 1,070 Bitcoin for 101 million at 94,000 per Bitcoin. Now has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 48% in Q4 and 74.3% for the fiscal year of 2024. As of 1/5/2025, we hodl 447,470 Bitcoin, acquired for $27.97 billion at $62,503 per Bitcoin. Go, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, go. I love this post by Michael Mo. He just takes the MicroStrategy playbook and he's like, it's already perfect. Why am I going to change anything? He literally copies it and I love it. And Michael Saylor loves it, as you can see, with the little clapping emoji as the first responder here. KULR has acquired 213 Bitcoin for 21 million at 98,000 per Bitcoin and has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 93% year to date. As of 1/6/25, we hodl 430 Bitcoin acquired for 42 million at 97,391 per Bitcoin. And what I love about this is just showing you how so many companies in 2025 are going to jump on the Bitcoin standard. They're going to follow the MicroStrategy playbook. It's coming, my friends. I absolutely can't wait. And then I do really like how Michael Mo responds back and says, "Thank you, Saylor, for guiding all of us to the future of money." Yes, so cool. This was a great tweet by BitStrategy. A long time ago, on an app far away, a debate raged. The best analysts in the world were arguing what the best stock was: charts, fundamentals, technicals, catalysts, post after post. You name it, they covered it. The argument seemed like it would never end, a resolution never reached, and a consensus never found. Then they figured something out. The analysis was all leading in the same direction, all leading to the same company. If they stopped arguing for a minute and became co-investors, they could build the greatest business the world has ever known. Now there is no debate. Everyone knows the best stock in the world is MicroStrategy. And that's what I love about this is if you become a co-investor, we all win. The last company that just made the Bitcoin purchase, Michael Mo, they are becoming co-investors in Bitcoin with MicroStrategy, with you, with me. Mara, Riot, Rumble, they're all doing this. Semler Scientific, we're all jumping on the same train together. We're all co-investing together, and we're all going to win together. Now, of course, MicroStrategy is going to be the biggest piece of that pie. They were the first mover advantage 4 years ago, but everybody's going to win, and I'm excited for everybody on this train. Now, this is the tweet that I posted from that I teased about the 2024 year in review and the 2025 look ahead by Ben Workman. This is an epic tweet, my friends. I love this. MicroStrategy Bitcoin per share metrics 2024 year ends. What a year 2024 was for MicroStrategy. Let's take a look at what was accomplished. Bitcoin held. To begin 2024, MicroStrategy held 189,150 Bitcoin. Closing 2024, they added 258,320 Bitcoin to their treasury holdings. This is an increase of 136.6% for the year. That's a ton of Bitcoin buying. Bitcoin per assumed fully diluted share. MicroStrategy entered 2024 with this Bitcoin fully diluted share and exited with this. That represents an annual increase of 74.3% at the closing price for 2024 of 93,381. That means that during the year, the MicroStrategy treasury team generated $63.25 in new value per assumed fully diluted share. Wow. Not only that, at the beginning of 2024, you needed to own 1,097.7 shares of MicroStrategy, have an allocation of 1 Bitcoin. At the end of 2024, that now sits at 629.6 shares, a decrease of 468.1 shares, or negative 42.6% for the year. The treasury team was busy. Analysis, that means that you just needed to hold a lot less shares to have a lot more Bitcoin in your coffers from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Now, what does 2025 have to offer? Entering the new year, we already know that the team is going to be busy. Let's check their 21-21 plan. The 21 billion in equity was active in 2024, using 14.23 billion of the ATM. Entering 2025, the ATM has 6.77 billion remaining for use. As for the fixed income of 21 billion, there's plenty of room for utilization. They did one convertible debt offering in 2024 for 3 billion, meaning that we have 18 billion remaining to be utilized on the plan. It seems that Q1 may be the quarter of fixed income, as MSTR has leveraged capacity and has already announced their 2 billion preferred offering. MicroStrategy is currently sitting on a leverage ratio of 16.6%, which is far below the typical target of 25%. This means they have space for 4 to 5 billion in convertible bond offerings immediately should they choose to utilize it. This number will be even higher after the acquisitions from the preferred offering. And if you take into account that several of the existing convertible bonds are essentially equity at today's prices. So very quickly, we could see 6 to 10 billion in fixed income products entering the market in Q1 alone. What a way to kick off 2025. It's a big year for Bitcoin with the tailwinds strongly shifting in favor of the hardest money known to mankind. These tailwinds, coupled with the demand of the capital markets, have shown for securitized Bitcoin products means we are likely far from done seeing the evolution of the asset class on Wall Street. I want to wish everyone good health and great fortune in the new year. And then I'll just quickly zoom in on this chart right here for the Bitcoin metrics quarterly. You can go ahead and check this out. I'll put this tweet in the show notes for a further and deeper look at anybody who would like to do that. I wanted to share this. I mean, I kind of teased this at the beginning of the show. By the end of the year, the USA and Canada are likely to have established stockpiles of Bitcoin. That's 2 of the G7 nations. Of course, there's a lot of ifs around this. I mean, this is, if Pierre ends up becoming the next prime minister for Canada, which is looking probable, but time will tell. He has been very, very pro Bitcoin in all of his commentary. He's another individual that just seems to understand the dangers of inflation, how business works, and how economics should work. So our neighbors to the north or anybody that's watching, Canadians, I'm personally excited for you. I'd love to know in the comments what you personally think about this evolution shift away from Trudeau to possibly towards Pierre and a very pro-Bitcoin, forward-looking government. So I'll be interested to see what you think in the comments below. I wanted to share this because, again, Chris, he just posts things that just make me smile. He wrote, over a long enough time horizon, MicroStrategy is going to go from 100 billion, where we are now, to 500 billion, to 1 trillion, to 5 trillion, to 10 trillion, to 15 trillion, to 20 trillion. Wow, Chris, let's just get excited about this because it is an inevitability over a long enough time horizon. And I want to ask you, the viewers right now, aren't you excited to be holding onto a company, holding onto an asset that honestly has the opportunity and the ability to do that? Like, what times we live in. I love it. I wanted to share this from Punter Jeff. He said, MicroStrategy air is getting thin, 36 million of buy-side volume. That's 96,000 shares. Slingshots the price to $410. I know for a fact that Irresponsibly Long is exercising well in excess of 100,000 shares over the next 2 weeks. Strap in. And this is all around that January 17th options interest expiry that's happening. And so what Jeff is kind of insinuating here is that there's very thin air to the upside, meaning once MicroStrategy starts moving in that direction, there's going to be very little sell pressure, and it's just going to be a slingshot up. But again, that's the volatility we signed up for. So don't get overly excited about the slingshots up, and don't get overly depressed about the slingshots down, because they're going to happen in both directions, because volatility is vitality. Michael Saylor structured this company, MicroStrategy, to operate in that manner. I wanted to share this as well. Let's have some fun. I mean, we deserve it. Going from like 280 to now 380 in a very short time frame. It's like, come on, do something, MicroStrategy, and then it blows your head off. But again, it's going to blow your head off going up, and it's going to blow your head off going down. So let's just strap in for that Michael Saylor roller coaster ride that we all agreed to do. And now I'm going to switch to that video where a lot of people were asking me, John, how exactly do you dollar cost average $210 a day? I want to do $1 a day or $10 a day or $2,000 a day or a week or a month or a year, whatever it is. But I don't want to buy whole shares. Like, I want to buy a dollar amount that I want. So there's a very simple way that I do it on Fidelity. And I think other people can kind of use that to see how they could do that for their investment account. So JLD, take it away. Hello, and welcome to MicroStrategy Today. Just recording this quick video because I've had a lot of questions in the comment section about how I exactly dollar cost average a specific dollar amount every single day into MicroStrategy. A lot of people are under the impression that you need to buy shares, like a round share number, like 1 share or 2 shares, which of course, right now, MicroStrategy is trading around $340. So that would be a big dollar amount for a lot of people. Whereas you can just buy a specific dollar amount of shares. Is that $1? Is that $21 like my brother-in-law? Is that $210 per day like myself? And this is how I do it. I decided on the number that makes sense to me. I decided I wanted to do it every single trading day. Some people may want to do every day, every week, once a month, once every 6 months. It's really your decision, just sitting down and deciding, hey, how much do I want to dollar cost average and how often do I want to do it? Then I come to my trading account, which is Fidelity, and I type in the symbol MSTR. You can see mine's actually kind of saved here. So it's just boom, MSTR. It tells me exactly how much it is right now. And then I'm going to type in action, buy, and then I'm going to type in quantity. And this is where you would type in shares typically. And this shows you how many shares I currently own right now. But I'm actually going to click on this and type in the dollar amount, which is going to be $210, which is going to give me 0.615 share. I'm going to click apply. I like to do market just because it's going to immediately execute, and I like that. And I keep the time in force day, and then I preview the order, and then I place the order, and boom, I'm off to the races. And there you have it, my friends, another episode of MicroStrategy Today. I hope you enjoyed. I wanted to show yesterday's dollar cost average. I filled at $342 early in the morning before that nice little pump. I got 0.615 shares. And this was at 9:42 a.m. on the Eastern time zone. So I was happy to do that. So moving over to what exactly that looks like on my portfolio. So the last price was $379. I now have 2.295 shares in my dollar cost average. And a lot of people are like, that's all the exposure you have. I have a big initial investment that I did back earlier this year. This is just now my 2025 dollar cost averaging going forward. I have 317 average cost per share for a percentage gain of 19.5%. So I'm almost at a 20% gain, which of course, love to see for all those reasons. My friends, let me know what your thoughts are about where MicroStrategy is right now. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments below. This is not financial advice. This is my opinions only. And I really love seeing where you're watching from because we're compiling a great list of data from people all over the world about where MicroStrategy investors are at. And remember, as Michael Saylor says, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.